Hey, welcome to WeChat. Sorry, people. Welcome to WeChat Football, the channel where we chat football. And just going over a few things that's been happening over the weekend. There's a massive meltdown in the fan base for Liverpool after losing this weekend, which is crazy. The fact that we have been good up until yesterday, like we've been extremely good up until yesterday, but for some reason the fan base is having a meltdown due to the fact that we lost a game. I mean, I don't think we expected to go perfect. Maybe everyone else expected to go perfect on that game. So um, that's why we're having a meltdown. But for example, I didn't expect to go perfect. So not one of those. It's one of those where you just look at it and being like, you know what? We didn't play to the best of our ability. We didn't. We made a lot of individual mistakes, and we're lucky to get out of there 2-1. Just call a spade a spade. We're just lucky to get out of there 2-1, and that's what it is. So we just have to keep it moving. Look forward to the next game and stuff. But anyways, um, just join, just hop on the live, just turn on the TV to watch the game, the Aston Villa versus Fulham game, and Raul Jimenez already find the back of the net, which is crazy. Aston Villa look like they have a mountain to climb this season, like a real mountain to climb this season. Looks like Aston Villa have, but yeah, it's one of them. Just look back on the weekend, just kick it, chilling. It's not really a watch along this one. This is just like I'm just watching the game and we're just having a discussion about it. Yeah, it's one of them where we'll see the matches this weekend has been crazy. Chelsea losing again after getting a red card again. Um, Manchester United losing. Where do they go from here with the whole Amarin situation? Um, Leeds, Bournemouth draw. Good point for Leeds, I would say. Um, City smash Burnley 5-1. Looks like Haaland is ready to collect that golden boot after all. Nottingham Forest lose again to Sunderland, and Wolves get a draw at Tottenham. So yeah, that's what match week 6 is looking like so far. It's looks good. To be fair, it looks good. But yeah, that's the whole thing over the weekend. As I said, just watching the Aston Villa versus Fulham game, not really doing a watch along to it. Just if anything happens during that game, I'll just talk about it. But we can break down some of the games over the weekend, like the Manchester United Brentford game. That was where does Amarim go from here? To be fair, like where does he go from here? Another game. Like I was watching him on the touchline, and man looks like he was about to cry. I ain't gonna lie. He sat there when the third goal went in, holding his head down. Looks like a man that's about to cry. Oh, I'm just watching back that Fulham goal. There was a foul in the box. Yeah, there was a foul in the box leading up to the goal, but VAR make it stand. Interesting. Yeah, there's some interesting calls been happening over the course since the Prem started, but we know what to expect from these referees. I put my glasses on so I can see properly. Yeah, we know what to expect so far with the Prem. But yeah, Amram looks so defeated. But the question is he's not gonna quit. And there's a lot of reasons why Amarim won't quit. And one of the main reasons why Amarim won't quit is the fact that the money. The money that's involved if Amarim quits. If Amarim goes up and quit right now, he's not going to get the payout. And I think he wants a payout. I think that's the biggest thing. He wants the payout from that, so he's not going to just up, quit, leave. He's just going to stick around, wait to see if anybody's going to do is if they're going to sack him, yes or no. But yes, they look dreadful. It's one of them where I'm just trying to figure out who's to be blamed for this. Is it the players? Is it the managers? Is it the board? Is it the owners? Like, where do you start to fix this mess? Because if you call it what it is a mess. The question is now, where do you start to fix it? Because it needs fixing. Like any Manchester United fan would be you tell that it's owners that you need to go to fix it. But there is, even though the owners is to be blamed for this because they're one of the biggest culprits. You look at the amount of money that has been spent, even over this summer, and the money wasn't spent properly. The money was far from being spent properly this summer. They went out and buy like a ton of attackers, but still short in the midfield. Doesn't make sense. Then they buy what I would think quality defenders, but then buy a crap, but then still have a crap goalkeeper. Holy, all right, Fulham on the attack again, but Jimenez is off because I think he got injured, so they bring on Traore. So you don't even know where to fix for Manchester United, to be fair. But as a Liverpool fan, may continue. May we see them get relegated. Just saying, as a fan, because they're really 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 yeah hate hate is a strong word, but let's see if Amarim can bring them to into relegation right now. Because I don't know if they're willing to sack him, but yeah, they're heading back down that table really, really, really quickly, which is which is a sight to see. And West Ham has sat their manager, Graham Potter. I think that might be wraps for Graham Potter's career. I think that's it. I think that's a wrap for his career because now he gets sacked from West Ham, which makes it a little bit more difficult now for him to get a job anywhere else because that's it. Like after leaving Brighton, which he looks really good at, he went into Chelsea job, holding out for a better job. West Ham came, went to West Ham, and that was a complete disaster. You should have known that was a disaster before going in, but he went in anyways. That became like a complete disaster going into West Ham. And now he's sacked. Oh, is he offside? Jesus Christ, Harry Wilson. That should be in the back of the net. And then let the VAR check if you're offside or not. What a miss. Yeah, it was just about offside, anyways. What a miss. Yeah. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. He went there knowing that that's not the right club, knowing that that's not the right fit. Went in, got sacked. Easy as that. Thing is this is now, and I want to touch on West Ham a bit. It's one of the most, like I would say, confused club in the Premier League. It's West Ham. I can't recall getting to see another club that is more confused than West Ham, where they go in, they decide that listen, David Moyes isn't good enough We need somebody more progressive. Sack David Moyes to get somebody more progressive. The progressive manager is taking them backwards and backwards and backwards. So what they do is they sack that one, hire a different one, same problem. Sack that one again to hire more no Nuno, which is for me is just a Portuguese David Moyes. So what's the point of getting rid of David Moyes in the first place? Every single time West Ham does this, they believe that they are should be playing progressive, exciting football. You're a mid-table club, and you have to understand that it's yes, we have seen the likes of the Brightons and we've seen the likes of all these other clubs still play good football, still play attacking football, and still is in mid-table. But the difference is that it's all about like staying in the Premier League for West Ham. West Ham is never ever going to challenge for the league. You might have a couple cup runs like what you used to have back in the day. That's it. You might have a few good seasons like what you used to have back in the day, but you're never ever going to go back to where it's like, or I've never known West Ham to be one of the teams that playing in Europe and all that kind of stuff. The Conference League was your first European win, your first trophy in Europe, and it was one of your first trophy in how long? But you decide to move David Moyes on, who delivered that for you, because you believe that he isn't good enough for West Ham, only to go back and hire the Spanish, the Portuguese David Moyes, who hasn't won anything. So yeah, I don't know about West Ham. West Ham is a strange case right now, and even saying that we need to figure out as well what's happening with Aston Villa. Like, is it they can't score a goal? Did missing out on Champions League is this bad? Oh my god! Yeah, they are. Yeah, something is definitely wrong at Villa. McGinn just missed an empty goal. They if they don't get their act together, they're sleepwalking into relegation. Wow, like just saw it, I think came up. They have the worst goal, 20th for goals, 20th equal for shots on target, um, 19th for expected goals. Yeah, but I think West Ham made some not West Ham, sorry, Villa made some mistakes though. I think this the selling of Duran was a mistake because I still believe that Duran was a better striker than Ollie Watkins. That's just my belief. But yeah, they are sleepwalking into this 1-0 down already, not creating anything. Defense looking like shambles right now, and Fulham is just like pretty much just walking through that team. Yeah, the question is that can Villa find a way back into this game? Because again, how many goals have Villa scored this season? One, conceded six, so they're now conceding a goal per game throughout the season. Yeah, and then we can while this game becomes is still boring and nothing much is happening in the game. We can take a look at Chelsea and figuring out what's happening at Chelsea. Why is it so ill disciplined at Chelsea as well? Second game, second red card. This- The second red card, the second and the red card has changed the game. Josh King dived. Oh no, VAR have to take a look at that. Okay, so he's onside. Oh yeah, he dived. He went down before Emi Martinez touched him. Yeah, he went down way too easy on that one. Yeah, but we still have to make some questions about Chelsea right now. What's happening with the discipline record at Chelsea? Another game, another red card that costs 3 points. Because I don't think they would have lost to Brighton if they didn't get the red card. All right, Fulham is in again. And looks like they're shouting for a penalty for a handball. Yeah, that should be given. We've seen them given. A hand is way out from his body, way out from his body, and they didn't give it. Next week they're gonna give that one as handball now because this is the inconsistencies of the Premier League. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, Chelsea has to figure out their discipline record. They have been so ill disciplined so far over the last couple of games. It is not even funny, to be fair. I mean, so ill disciplined. Like two red cards costing them 6 points. The one at Manchester United and now the one at Brighton. Where, to be fair, if they didn't get those red cards, I think Chelsea would have won the games. And that's a problem. That's something that I think Chelsea has to look back on and try to figure out from themselves. Like, need to get fixed up. Need to stop making these silly mistakes as well. But we'll see. We'll see how the season goes from here. Yeah, Aston Villa is playing like a newly promoted team. They're just making mistakes everywhere. Defensive mistakes, mistake in midfield, mistake in attack. It's just one of them where it's like you just have to wonder about like Villa right now because they're making mistakes everywhere over the park. It's hard. What's going on for Aston Villa bench to see who they can bring on from the bench. So Onana is out, Ross Barkley is out, Yuri Tillemans is out. I think that's two players from the starting midfield. But yeah, I think Elliott is in this game, but I think he's a bit struggling in this game so far. Harvey. Yeah, that does not look like a good enough pass. Emmy's trying to spring a counter, but I don't think the rest of the team is ready for that counter. I think it's just Emmy alone that's ready for that counter that's trying to spring that counter by himself. Yeah, Konza with the ball, but everybody is like Fulham has their whole midfield boxed in. Morgan Rogers. No, it's look, Adina. Hey, come on, man. You're looking across the line. How can you be offside while you're looking across the line? Well, it looks like is it Poutars or Lindelof? It's gonna be coming on for like Tyron Mings. I think Tyron Mings have an injury. Yeah, Villa looking like shit. In better words, so does the referee. But what's it? This is this is one of the most interesting thing. The substitution to be made. They're walking to the bench to make the substitution. Tyron Mings is almost off the field, and they're telling Tyron Mings he can't make the substitution yet because the referee isn't ready. Weird. And that should have been a yellow card for Harry Wilson for stopping the play. Poor cross. Poor cross from McGinn. Extremely poor. Well, I don't even know. Villa can't go to the summer and spend, like not even in the summer, in the winter, and spend any money because Villa doesn't have any money. That's why um, the Champions League was so important to them at the end of last season. Is that they needed to go to spend the money in the Champions League to get the to get that money to just like yeah. But still, there is quality in this team that should be able to perform in better than what they are doing right now. It's looking like a shadow of a Unai Emery team. I guess the question is, does Aston Villa need to like make a step away from Unai Emery? Is that the case that they do need to make like a break away from that just to be able to rethink and get a different manager in charge or something like that? I am not sure. But all I know right now is they look like crap. And if this continues, then it might be a long, long while before we see Aston Villa back up there again. Just and that's just it. It might be a minute before they pop up again if they're playing this badly. Because yes, you might look at the game right now, and the stats show that Villa will have more possession off the ball right now, but Fulham scored already and just sitting back and just trying to hit Villa on the counter. Whoa, what a ball down the line from Josh King. Is it? That's his name, Josh King? Yeah. It's one of them where I don't know. I honestly don't know where Villa go from here. To be fair, I think Arsenal was right not to spend the money on Ollie Watkins. Aston Villa couldn't cash in, but at the same time, I think Unai Emery was just a little bit too loyal to him in the games that he was not performing, and he scored. I guess he's just telling me to stop talking shit about him. One out, route one football, one over the top. Ooh, that looked tight, but it should be onside. Oh, that goalkeeper is in. Lena is in no man's land. Yeah, I know. Just one long ball that the defender should dealt with the header. All right, here comes Fulham on the attack again. As Harry Wilson made the bad decision of trying to shoot from 30 yards out. All right, but Fulham looks like they want to start playing ball again. And that's how they look like they want to, start by playing back some more again instead of sitting back trying to hit on the counter and a one goal lead. Yeah, Morgan Rogers, they might have to think about moving real soon. Ooh, Newcastle versus Arsenal. Okay. Yeah, that's a game that I'm looking forward to watching later. Let's see if Newcastle can beat Arsenal after we completely shit the bed against Crystal Palace. Yeah, we know that was gonna come off. So it's almost half time, and we have like about 20 minutes worth of streaming left because I'm not gonna stream. I'm not gonna do a watch along for the whole game. Holy shit! Oh, good cross, Traore. Who is Villa backup striker? Is it Danny Malin? Yeah, Fulham is stepping up back in the game, trying to regain more possession of the game. Ooh, that's a good ball. Ooh, that's a good ball. Good ball over the top. Just couldn't kill it out the air. Ooh, too heavy. Yeah, this game is coming. This game is coming to life now. Man, this kid King is something else. Yeah, he's really good on the ball. I like his movements on the ball. Um, Josh King. His movements on the ball is like really good. To be fair, he's not just holding up play or anything. He's also like sticking in, dropping deep to get the ball, running behind. I think maybe by the end of this year to next year, another team is going to be coming in for him. Marcus Silva got yellow carded. Him and Harry Wilson was arguing about something. Harry Wilson got yellow carded. All right, so we have another 8 minutes to go. It's a mad pass. Mm-hmm. Okay, hold your head up. Yeah, they just squandered a good chance. It was a good chance from running through the middle. Yeah. Harry Wilson, you need to work on your right foot, man. You don't even have a swinger. Like, come on, man. Professional footballers spend so much hours in training. Work on your other foot. Yeah, that goal has brought Villa to life. Morgan Rogers with a fail elastico. Sorry, but like McGinn is non-existent on the field. Both him and Harvey Elliott. Good play, Sessignon. What's the problem with the corner kick? What the fuck is the referee problem? Like two people standing over a corner kick and he's what? He needs to know who's kicking it. The ball is inside the circle, which it needs to be. Even if they're standing on the field to kick the corner kick, that's not a foul. It's their job. Look who's pulling or shoving in the box or something. Yeah. Bad pass, Rogers. Bad pass. If Villa score from this is going to be totally against the run of play to the point that I don't even know if they would deserve to be 2-1 up. That's a push in. Oh, good free kick. Just need more pace on it. And that signals halftime. It's one of them games where it's you see what Fulham is trying to do. They're just trying to get in, get a goal, stick in, and then just call it that. For the game. Oh man, that's a strange ad. Yeah, but yeah, it's a mid-table game. It's not much that we can expect for this game. Fulham, Aston Villa, two teams that are not scoring a lot of goals, but one team is just in a weird free fall. There's a really weird free fall with Aston Villa. Like I can't put my head around like what's causing Aston Villa to be this bad um, throughout the season so far, and that's kind of something that it's like you really have to question like what's up at Villa, really? Why are they so bad? Why are they like this? What needs to change? Is it bad recruitment in the summer? Is it yeah? Is it just no like they need either new players in because these players like they've been playing for so long that they're so used to hearing Unai Emery's voice, They need a change of voice. What's happening? What's happening at Villa Park? I know they're bringing Harvey Elliott. That's a good um, signing to bring in, I think. But they also needed a striker because, to be fair, I think what's he called? Ollie Watkins needs competition up front. I know that the chance creation is not the best throughout the league because I think they have the worst chance creation throughout the league, the worst XG, all that kind of stuff. So I do think they need to step that up a bit, step that up a lot more. But I'm just wondering if it's just that the players are not reacting to the managers anymore. If it's just going stale at Villa, what needs to change? Because something has to change. If they do survive this season in the Prem, the next season something has to change for Villa in the Prem next season, and that's it. What needs to change? Is it a change of manager, change of recruitment, like start again, as in getting rid of a bunch of players and getting new players in? So yeah, that's something that we have to they have to take a look at and figure out like what needs to change at Villa because something has to change. They can't go pushing for Europe 2, 3 seasons to now nothing. Like you're fighting relegation at the start of the season. And yes, yes, people, I know. It is one of those where we look at it and be like, it's only a few games in the season. But at the same time, you can't find yourself being so far behind the pack so early in the season. Can Villa turn it around? Yeah, but turn it around would mean that from this position they might finish top 10 because it's so many teams so far is so far ahead of them. Because even if they win this, they're going to be on what 6 points, which is going to be similar to Newcastle, similar to a bunch of teams on that side. But like watching the Aston Villa, the goal that Aston Villa concede, there is a bunch of pushing and stuff happening in that game where I don't know about the consistency of these referees, man. Like 1 week, all of that is a foul. Next week, yeah, just get up, play on. It depends who's refereeing the game. It depends who is on VAR. And I'm not sure why it's like that. Why you just can't have. If you see this happen, it's a foul. If you see that happen, it's a foul. It's always a case of I don't know. It's up to interpretation of the referee. Just make it black and white for the referee. There's lots of clips floating around from seasons gone by where you can just point to them and be like, if you see this happens in the game, call a foul on that. Simple as. If you see that happen in the game, it's not a foul. And that's kind of one of the things where we have to look at as the fans that we have to watch it, and every week we have the same argument again. Was that a red card? Was that a foul? Even the handball in this game. How many games I've seen? Okay, they give those as handball. Today, no, not a handball today. Because today is not the day that you give that one as a handball. And how Anderson lost the flight of that ball for that goal for Villa is something else. But yeah, the refereeing this season has been atrocious. And I know like a lot of fans don't want to talk about the referees because they don't want to be sound like they are complaining about referees, but it's not been talked about in the spaces because I think people just accept that they're bad. But I mean, to the amount of money we like fans pay to watch these games, should we accept that the referees are bad? I mean, we've been demanding for referees to fix up for the past how many seasons now? VAR came in and VAR made it worse. We should be making it better. They're making it worse because now some of these referees don't even want to make the call. And even if they do make the call and the call is wrong, VAR don't want to go and challenge them and make sure that they get the correct call. They're just going to go and be like, I can see why you made that decision. No, don't see why he made that decision was made. Was it the correct decision? Yes or no? And more times than not, it is not. Sometimes it is. Sometimes they get it right. But with VAR in, we expect more right decision than wrong. And we're still getting a 50-50 split of right to wrong decision, which should not be the case. The question that you really have to ask is, was there a foul leading up to the Fulham goal? Where in other games, yes, they would give that as a foul. In other games, no, not a foul. Was there a penalty on what do you call it? Lucadine in the box for the handball? Some games, yes. Some games, no. So we're not really sure what to make of all of this. But yeah, we keep it moving. We keep it moving on this. And yeah, big up to everybody who stick around. Big up to everybody who joined the Sunday morning chill. I haven't done one in a while, but here we are. The Fulham game. Gonna cut it right here. It's just an hour show, and catch you on the other one. All right, peace. Oh, eh, eh, I say Liverpool, we there. Every game we there. From Anfield to everywhere. Premier League, we say.